Hello, I hope you're doing well today. My name is Chris Cruz. Welcome to Fishing for God Ministry. And if your day isn't going well today, then hopefully by the end of the message, you'll be doing better or feeling better. And we'll go ahead and get started. We're going to go ahead and start at chapter 6, verse 19. Do not store up for yourselves treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal. But store up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where moth and rust do not destroy, and where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart also will be. So, everything that we have on earth here is going to remain here after we die. There's nothing we're going to take to heaven with us. There's nothing beyond what is here stays here. The only thing we're going to carry with us is our spirit and soul that live on for eternity. And our soul is our thoughts and our mind. So we're going to remember things when we die, when we go to heaven. So if we want to get to heaven, there's certain things that God's going to expect us to do to get there. And it is continuous work. It isn't once we're saved or once we commit to God that we automatically get a free pass to heaven. It takes a lot of work. So Jesus is going to tell us a lot of the work that we have to do. The eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? No one can serve two masters. Either he will hate the one and love the other, or he will be devoted to the one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money. Okay. So we cannot serve God and money. So what does he mean by we can't serve money? Well, apparently money is referring to the love of money. And if we love money, then it just means that our whole life and our whole ambition in life is to accumulate financial wealth rather than accumulate treasures in heaven. So what are treasures in heaven? How do we accumulate them? Since we're not taking anything with us material wise, what are the treasures in heaven? Well, when we serve others, God is taking account into how we serve others, how often we serve others, how often we're doing for others. And each time that we do for others and serve other people, and then those are the treasures we're building in heaven, because those are the rewards we get. We get to go to heaven. That in itself is a reward. So if we're doing very little down here to help people and to serve others, then in essence we're just being self-serving, and by doing that we're serving Satan. We're not being a light in the world. We're just contributing to the darkness. We're being selfish because the world is so full of selfish people. And if we want to be one of those, then that's very displeasing to God. So let's put ourselves out there, let's serve others, and build those treasures in heaven. Therefore, I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. Is not life more important than food, and the body more important than clothes? Look at the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they are? Who of you by worrying can add a single hour to his life? So God's telling us that we don't need to stash money away. We don't need to worry about retirement funds and and taking care of all these things for down the road, because we're not promised tomorrow. And if we're worried about tomorrow, or worried about taking care of tomorrow, and worrying about what leaving our kids an inheritance, and financially just worrying and being concerned about finances, then we're not being concerned about loving and serving others. So we got to know in our heart that God's going to take care of our needs. He says He takes care of the birds and the animals. How much more will He take care of us? Because the animals don't have a spirit and soul, but we do. So God will definitely take care of our needs way more than He will an animal. So we have to know this in our heart. We have to trust God. We have to be confident that He will do so. And that's the message Jesus is giving us. And why do you worry about clothes? See how the lilies of the field grow? They do not labor or spin. Yet I tell you that not even Solomon in all his splendor was dressed like one of these. If that is how God clothes the grass of the field, which is here today and tomorrow is thrown into the fire, will He not much more clothe you, O you of little faith? So do not worry, saying, what shall we eat? Or what shall we drink? Or what shall we wear? For the pagans run after all these things, and your heavenly Father knows that you need them. But seek first His kingdom and His righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. So let's take care of each other. Let's give. Let's love. Let's continue to focus on loving and serving others rather than taking care of ourselves and our needs for tomorrow. Because once again, we're not promised tomorrow. Do not judge, or you too will be judged. For in the same way you judge others, you will be judged. And with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Why do you look at the speck of sawdust in your brother's eye and pay no attention to the plank in your own eye? How can you say to your brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when all the time there is a plank in your own eye? You hypocrite! First take the plank out of your own eye, and then you will see clearly to remove the plank from your brother's eye. Do not give dogs what is sacred. Do not throw your pearls to pigs. If you do, they may trample them under their feet, and then turn and tear you to pieces. So it's easy for us to go ahead and judge others. But the main thing is when we do judge others, God is going to judge us 10 times the amount that we hold judgment to other people. So, though we are supposed to judge others, let's just be careful about how we do it. Because we also have to have mercy on others. People aren't always going to be in a good place in life. They may have an attitude. They may come against us. And there may be a reason for it. There may be people in poverty that don't choose to be in poverty, but they're there because they're victims of circumstance. So rather than beat them down, let's lift them up. And that's what we need to do in life, is lift each other up instead of beat each other down. So let's just be careful when we do judge and make sure we're being fair, we're being honest. And if somebody needs a hand in life, needs to be lifted up, then let's be there for them. Rather than be darkness in the world, let's be a light. So I hope you've enjoyed today's message, and I've enjoyed our time together, and hopefully you'll be back. And if you would, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and put a like on there and share this message with somebody. Because we never know when just a simple word or simple sharing our faith will help somebody, and it's very pleasing to God. So you have a great blessed day, my friend. Peace and love, and we'll see you soon.